Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will serve you the tea. You know what time it is? Welcome to Chronicle Speaks. So Kandi went into this divorce wanting to keep it cute, cordial, and respectful, but when she saw that Todd wanted to challenge the validity of their prenup and go after primary custody of the kids, ooh baby, that's when she drew the line. Kandi has now filed an amended complaint, and she is letting the court know point blank period that the children will be perfectly fine with her. She explains that she had a full-time nanny for both of the kids since day one, and Todd was okay. He approved of the nanny years ago. On top of that, Kandi has her parents, plus she has a whole network of family members all living within a 5 to 20 mile radius of where the family home is. So Kandi is officially requesting primary custody, and Todd, he can have visitation according to Kandi. But that's not all. Wait, there's more. Kandi is also shutting down Todd's claims that he signed the prenup under duress. According to her filing, that is straight up nonsense. She says that she has audio and video receipts, yes, from Bravo, showing Todd the night before the wedding, saying that as long as 2 provisions were added, he was good with signing the prenup. So what happened, Todd? And it's one thing that we all know about Miss Kandi Burruss Tucker is that she does not play when it comes to her money. Todd might think he's the big dog now, but Kandi will always show the bite to match her bark when it comes to her coins. We are going to get into this story and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. Now, before y'all get all excited about getting 2 candy-coated stories from me in one day, pump your brakes because Kandi is about to turn off our water. Baby, I told y'all this woman is about her coins, and apparently we've been getting way too much information on her business for free. Kandi just filed a motion for confidentiality order and a motion to seal. So what does that mean? No more documents, no more filings, no more tea, no more Bravo flashbacks, and no more deep dives into her finances, her kids, or anything happening behind the courtroom doors. Not going to read all of this, but Kandi is basically saying, Todd, shut your mouth. Don't talk to nobody if it ain't the judge, your lawyer, an accountant. Anybody that's associated with this case is the only people that you can talk to regarding this case. Go outside and talk. It's going to violate this order. Kandi asserts that it is in the best interest of the minor children that the proceedings and all aspects within be sealed to prevent disclosures on social media, internet, and media at large while the matter is pending before the court and thereafter compromising the integrity of the overall proceedings. And Kandi wanting to keep this divorce information on the down low makes me go back to Todd's response to her complaint right here, section 23. It says, while husband remains hopeful that the parties can resolve all issues amicably and privately, husband expressly reserves the right to assert and add additional grounds for divorce as permitted by law. What I got from that is that I'm trying to play it cool, but if you want me to take it there, I can put it all out there. Kandi was like, hold up.
Keep it on the down low.
Now, Todd's attorneys absolutely pointed out that Kandi did not sign the original petition and they used it to their advantage. So now Kandi filed a brand new verification page after her initial petition that only happens when the other side calls it out. Todd's attorney, Randy Kessler, is very seasoned, and Kandi's attorney, Adama McKinnon, worked as a clerk underneath Randy Kessler. But child, she's making some mistakes very early, and he's pointing it out. So let's get into Kandi's amended petition. Now, it says petitioner and respondent were married in April 2014. Prior to the date of marriage and conduction of the marriage ceremony, the parties drafted, negotiated, and executed an enforceable prenuptial agreement under the applicable statutes of the state of Georgia. Attorney Randy Kessler, who is Todd's attorney, represented the respondent, and he provided legal counsel and direction to the respondent during these considerations on and off camera. Further, the parties' journey to executing an enforceable prenuptial agreement was filmed and broadcasted on Bravo television network with the knowledge and consent of both the petitioner and respondent for their 5-part reality television documentary entitled Kandi's Wedding that premiered on June 1st, 2014.
The only point that I saw that wasn't just sort of general was what he said in his email, which was, let's say you got sick, or let's say you became disabled, and so Kandi's like, I don't want you around anymore. You don't get anything.
were to get sick, just get out? It seemed like the document was just so business. It felt like Kandi hadn't even really reviewed it.
Todd has never given me any reason to think that we were not on the same page when it came to the prenup. Now that Todd has gotten this attorney, he keeps going back to, well, Randy says or Randy thinks. No, what do you think? What do you want? Because bottom line is I'm marrying Todd Tucker, not Randy, whatever his name is.
Well,
Okay, you know good and damn well that you and I already had a conversation about how we think things should flow.
we did.
You know, all of a sudden, you coming back, oh, my lawyer said we ain't gonna be able to get this done. I'm like, well, how we not gonna be able to get it done when I thought we was on the same page?
The respondent audibly announced during this documentary that he was indeed good to sign the prenuptial agreement during a private encounter with the petitioner and after consulting with his attorney, Randy Kessler, on and off camera.
Okay.
It's so crazy that we're here at this point. I really want to marry you. I just want us to fix this so we can move forward.
Well, I do too.
There was just 2 other points that I asked you if you can change them. And that was it. It was the 30-day thing, and then the rest of it about if I die, all the will type stuff.
So if we just fix those 2 issues, are we good?
Let's just fix those issues, and I'm good to sign. So call your lawyer. Straighten it out, okay?
You believe that the provisions of the prenuptial agreement are fair, just, reasonable, and equitable.
Yes.
You are signing the prenuptial agreement freely and voluntarily without coercion or other undue influence by wife or any third party.
Yes.
There have been no threats of bodily or other harm or other actions against you amounting to coercion, compelling you to act against your free will to sign the prenuptial agreement.
No.
Todd, do you have any questions?
No.
Got him! Got him!
Kandi continues, both the petitioner and respondent are public figures and self-employed entrepreneurs who work in the metropolitan area and throughout the United States. During the periods of time that the respective parties' work schedules required them to travel, the petitioner has hired and paid the expenses for a full-time nanny. The nanny has provided care and assisted the parties with the minor children throughout the marriage and since the respective births of each of the minor children to date without any objection from the respondent. Both the petitioner and respondent have held professional obligations that have required each party to travel away from the home for extended periods of time independently and jointly prior to and after the births of both of their minor children. In addition to the nanny service, the petitioner has a diverse and concentrated family support network, which includes maternal grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins within a 5 to 20-mile radius of the family residence. The petitioner's support network is readily available and has traditionally supported the minor children emotionally and physically throughout the marriage in accordance with the petitioner. Therefore, the petitioner amends her petition and asserts in accordance with OCGA Section 19-9-3 that it is in the best interest of the minor children for her to be awarded primary physical custody of the minor children, with the respondent being awarded parenting time with the children on a consistent basis and in accordance with a parenting plan. So obviously, whoever gets the primary physical custody of the kids is the one that is awarded child support. Kandi is not trying to pay this man any money whatsoever. So she's like, look, I got my support system, I got the nanny. However, in my opinion, the kids seem like they're pretty good with daddy's daycare.
You used to say you wanted a little sister.
Yeah, that was until I saw how y'all were with children. Around 24/7, I didn't even think he had a job.
When she was younger, she was just writing songs. Now she got 20 jobs, and you gotta schedule in time.
For us to afford the things that we have in a lifestyle, people have to work.
The money doesn't matter if you're not around.
So in Kandi's new amended petition, her prayer for relief is that she is awarded a total divorce from respondent, that the petitioner is awarded joint legal custody of the parties' minor children with final decision-making authority with matters addressing academics, education, and health care on a temporary and permanent basis, that the petitioner is awarded primary custody of the minor children on a temporary and permanent basis, and that the parties' child support obligation be determined by the child support guidelines lines of the state of Georgia, and that the prenuptial agreement is enforced on behalf of the petitioner and the respondent, and that the petitioner is granted any such other and further relief as the court deems equitable and appropriate. Then Kandi posts the subliminal of the daddy lion trying to check the baby lion, and then the woman lion like, nah, that's my baby. You got the wrong one. Pop. People have been trying to tell her for the longest. It seemed like a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bullshit. Things are getting pretty sticky with this divorce. I'm not sure if our waters will officially be cut dry, but I will continue with this case as long as I'm able to. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on in this Kandi Tucker and Todd Tucker case? Leave a comment, and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching, but before you go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of my new episodes.